All right, how's everybody doing today? This is L.A.Kendrick with another tale from the vault of Would You Dare. Again, raw and unedited, just off the top of my head. We find a spot, we sit down and we talk, okay? Don't know what's going on with YouTube. Again, I have a lot of videos, and then the videos will show like 100 or 68 people that have viewed it, and then it'll go down to the next day. It'll drop all the way down to 2 or 8, and I'm just not understanding what YouTube is doing. I don't know. The content's original, and the stuff that isn't original has already been posted. But all right, let's get to the purpose of today's talk. It's about the Florida skunk ape. Florida's been getting a lot of skunk ape sightings, in my opinion. I've been seeing just popping up all over the place. So we're going to go over that. So let's jump right into it. This is from the Palm Beach Post, and they're saying tracking South Florida's Bigfoot. Does the skunk ape really exist? I'm not out here chasing ghosts. And this was published on June 27, 2019. All right. So, Chopi, finding the elusive skunk ape, Bigfoot's Florida's cousin, isn't all that difficult. Just head into the Big Cypress National Preserve and off the Tamiami Trail at the Trails Lake Campground, a 2-hour drive south from West Palm Beach. There in the parking lot, gaze towards the tree line, stands a menacing plaster likeness of the hairy bipedal creature, said to look like an ape and stink like a skunk. Mouth open, ready to pounce, the 8-foot statue has a way of pulling tourists and passerbys off the road and inside the building behind it. The Skunk Ape Research Headquarters, which doubles as a gift shop offering skunk ape shirts, skunk ape shot glasses, and skunk ape coffee mugs, along with tours of the back room menagerie of giant snakes, talking parrots, and lounging alligators. But if you're looking for the real breathing, living, stinking thing, well, good luck. Skunk ape sightings are rare, and that's assuming they're real. And that brings up this important disclaimer. A skeptical attitude only spoils the fun of the mystery that it has endured since the creature's earliest reported sightings by the Mikowski and Seminole Indians. That word is spelled Miccosuskee. So just be a believer, or at least pretend to be, and trapeze off into the tall sawgrass beyond the Trail Lake Campground, one of many skunk ape hotspots in Big Cypress. Don't forget your lima beans. Skunk apes supposedly love lima beans. Of course, it helps you if you have a guide, and there's perhaps no better guide than Dan Shaley, a Big Cypress area native who just might be the closest name to a skunk ape whisperer. Part P.T. Barnum, part Jane Goodall, Shaley, 55, operates the campground and skunk ape shop on 30 acres. His father bought in 1961, and what Shaley said was moonshine money. All right. He's claimed to have seen the elusive creature 4 times. The first as a 10-year-old hunting deer with his big brother Jack in 1974, and most recently in 2005. One summer day in 2000, he said he and his video camera were in the right place at the right time where the creature emerged for a stroll. But don't suggest that some people have that the grainy footage shot from more than 50 yards away looks a lot like someone, Brother Jack, walking around in an ape costume. Shaley, who is not shy about dropping the occasional F-bomb to emphasize his opinion, has little patience for skeptics. Is a skunk ape for real? Of course it is, he said as he led a reporter into the wilderness behind his campground on a recent windy morning. I'm not out here chasing ghosts. There's going to be skunk ape haters out there. Chasing skunk apes can be spooky. With Shaley, it entails a 20-minute hike deep into the open prairie where the only signs of civilization are distant hunters, tree stands, and cabbage palms that serve as visual landmarks for his alleged sightings. All around, an expansive sea of sawgrass bobbed like waves in the gusting wind, hiding in the revealing figures hiding and revealing figures on the horizon. It was easy for one's imagination to run wild, even if these figures were just trees. Of course, we didn't stumble into a skunk ape that day, although I did have an unwanted encounter I would later learn with poison ivy. But neither has any other reporter who has followed Sheely down the beaten path. Sheely or Shaley, Shealay, down the beaten skunk ape trail. There have been plenty over the years, from local newspapers and British Broadcasting Corp to Unsolved Mystery, the Travel Channel, and the Smithsonian Magazine. Dave Barry, the Pulitzer Prize-winning columnist, devoted a chapter to Shaley in his 2016 book, Best State Ever, A Florida Man Defends His Homeland. Yeah, you would say Florida's the best state ever. Okay, not to offend anybody from Florida, but yeah. And in 1988, Comedy Central interviewed Shaley, obliged host Stephen Colbert's request to remove his shoes to provide his feet weren't the ones being used to lay the four-toed tracks that Shaley has preserved in plaster casts. To Shaley, doubters are like pesky mosquitoes dismissed with a swat of his hand. When you're a skunk ape guy, it's no holds barred. I'm fair game, he said, literally taking a defiant stand in the sawgrass in blue jeans, matching camouflage boots, and a fishing shirt, and skunk ape headquarters ball cap. Hey, there's going to be skunk ape haters out there. People who claim this is all a big lie, a big hoax. Man, I don't care. He knows it exists, he says. When Shaley opens up about the skunk ape, the narrative inevitably detours through his family's history, how they came to Chokolosky Island in 1890, how his mother worked as a postmaster in the smallest post office building in the USA, about a mile west of his campground, how his dad, the first Ochope fire chief, for years ran moonshine back and forth to Miami without ever getting caught. Oh, that's something to brag about. Desperate to scratch out a living, and perhaps out of contempt for the government, Shaley joined dozens of other locals in what he would later admit was a stupid venture, pot smuggling. He says he got caught in 1987 with 30,000 pounds of the marijuana, but he adds with a whisper, believe me, there was a lot more, and served 3 years in federal prison in Alabama. Why is his, for that much, why is his sentence so light? But okay. It wasn't long after he returned to Big Cypress that the reports of the skunk ape sightings started surfacing again, including a string of alleged encounters in 1997 by British tourists and a local fire chief and Shaley himself. Modern skunk ape sightings reportedly started in 1957 but grew more frequent in the 1970s as developers in South Florida were pushing the suburban boundaries closer to the wilderness areas like the Everglades and Big Cypress. Around that time, the public's imagination had been running wild in the wake of the grainy 1967 color film of purported Bigfoot strolling in the California woods. Okay. Going down a little bit. Is a skunk ape just a bear? Some people have suggested skunk apes are actually escaped orangutans, but that doesn't match with any of my research, Shaley says. While that research includes alleged discovery of giant four-toed footprints, nobody has ever found any conclusive evidence. And in a day and age when just about everyone carries a smartphone equipped with a camera, there has been no conclusive photographic or video evidence either. Well, my dad phone don't even have. My dad doing that old school thing. He doesn't even have a speaker on his phone, so I don't know what he's doing. No fossil records, no DNA evidence, not even a carcass. That's a huge problem for Bigfoot and skunk ape believers, said Joel Nickel, an investigator for the Committee of Skeptical Inquiry. Based in Amherst, New York, the nonprofit group seeks not to debunk believers of ghosts, UFOs, and other unexplained phenomena, but to promote scientific inquiry, critical investigation, and the use of reasoning in examining controversial and extraordinary claims, according to its website. Look at where the skunk ape sightings are all over Florida. So bears, Nikhil said, a black bear is about 7 feet tall when standing up, and they are a very close fit to the skunk ape. Nikhil laughed and offered a parting shot. I think the Bigfoot bear is alive and well throughout Florida. They're talking about the Everglades here, and that's the largest swath of protected land east of Mississippi, most of it rarely explored. Shaley says, arguing it's possible that all kinds of reclusive creatures could live deep within the thousands of acres of swamps, cypress knees, and alligator holes without ever being seen. I love these people who say there's no skunk ape around. How can you say that? How can you say that something doesn't exist when you haven't taken the time out of your life to look, he says. Goes on a little bit further. But getting to the bottom of the skunk ape mystery is not a high priority for the government or people associated with the government or like-minded with the government. We have carried out no scientific research. To find out if the skunk ape is within park boundaries, Garcia said. And Garcia is a spokeswoman for the National Park Service. Her name is Rita Garcia. Just about everyone agrees on one thing: fact or fiction. The skunk ape has helped boost tourism in Big Cypress, thanks in large part to Shaley's one-man promotions machine. Shaley, who recently added 3 more skunk ape statues to the front of his property, deserves credit for inspiring people to explore the wilderness that surrounds their neighborhood, says Mike Terrell, a curator at the Palm Beach Zoo. If those suburban explorers are lucky, Terrell added with a wink, maybe they'll see a skunk ape. As for the question over whether the skunk ape exists, Terrell said that's probably best answered by the popular Carl Sagan quote, "Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. But that doesn't mean Shayla or other believers won't make an extraordinary discovery one day. I know that the animals like Okapi and the giant squid were supposedly things of myth and legend," Terrell says, until somebody actually found one. Well, pretty long interview, and he got right to the point. Again, I've been seeing a lot of stuff on the Florida skunk ape here lately, so I just wanted to see what all the hoopla was about. So I'll probably do a little bit more research on it. But you guys, tell me what you think. Would you dare go down to the Florida Everglades and mess around and try to find a skunk ape to see if it exists? Would you want to run into something like a skunk ape? My take on it, anything is possible. And again, these are not my stories. These are just stories that we're grabbing. All right, again, I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but you guys are looking. You guys hit that like button. Please hit the like button so that way, I guess because I'm getting a few likes, but I'm getting more views, but I'm not getting a lot of likes and any comments. So guys, please comment, like, share, subscribe to what I'm doing here. Again, I'm just trying to kill time till I get those books out to the public. The Benefits of a Bully. The Onyx Eyed Kids is out right now, which is the children's novel that tackle things like these and go out and hunt things like these. And The Foes of God, which is the last installment in the Destiny versus Chaos series. And I'll be closing that bad boy out at right around June or July of this year. So again, you guys, thank you for all the support. I'm going to keep putting the work out there. And again, this is for you guys. And we're going to, like I said, we just occasionally do random stories. And I think this is episode 22 or 23. And again, like, share, comment, and please subscribe and please like it. Again, be on the lookout. I may do a live stream, so just be ready. Hit the notification button as well. This has been L.A.Kendrick with another story from the vault of Would You Dare. Remember, check the dark recesses of your home. Check your home closets. And if you work late at night or early into the morning when there's no or limited light, make sure you check inside of your car. Make sure you check under your car, man. All right? Because you never know what's waiting and lurking in the dark to make you a story. This has been L.A. Kendrick. You guys, fill in the rest.